Hello and welcome back to my channel. I'm Lesia and I'm talking about books, and today I wanted to do a review of the book that I read in the beginning of September, which is called Far from the Madding Crowd by Thomas Hardy. So let's get into it. At first I picked up this book because I heard about a movie adaptation that was going to come out, but then I discovered that it already came out in spring 2015, so I had to hurry up and finish the book so that I could watch the movie. And there were a couple of movie adaptations through the years, and the one that I liked more was the one that you see right on the screen behind me right now. This is the Far From the Madding Crowd adaptation of the year 1967. So this is the one I advise for you to watch if you don't feel like reading the book, or if you just want the closest adaptation to the book. This is the one to go with. So what's the story of Far From the Madding Crowd about? Basically, it's a romance novel talking about Bathsheba Everdeen, who is a young girl who gets her inheritance from an uncle who died, and she is taking care of a big farm in a made-up area in England. I picked up this book because the back cover said that Bathsheba Everdeen has encountered 3 different suitors, and I thought that this was going to be some variation of a love triangle, but I couldn't be more wrong because this story isn't linear, it's nothing like you would expect. So the issue I've had with this book is that it read immensely slowly, mostly because of all the nature descriptions that are so common in the classical books. And this is what really ticked me off. I was having a hard time reading 3 pages about the thunder and the storm and the rain, and then only have like 2 paragraphs of conversation, which was kind of essential. At the beginning of the book, Bathsheba makes it incredibly clear that she does not wish to be married at all, but through the book she is getting between different people. She really struggles with the definition of what love is, what's the marriage for. So this book has all kinds of elements. It's like the passion, true love, the infatuation, the situation where Bathsheba makes silly choices that she has to own up to. And this is what basically attracts me to the book in a way, although Bathsheba's character for me was a bit annoying, actually more than annoying. She made really silly choices through the book. She was sometimes rude to people, sometimes she was doing things without thinking about the consequences, and then when she encountered the consequences, then she went far beyond dealing with them as a normal person would. She was taking too much responsibility where I think she shouldn't have so much, and she wasn't thinking her actions through. This is one of those books where the last pages of the books, like the 10 pages, 20 pages, are the most action-packed pages with lots of drama, lots of unexpected endings, lots of sudden activity and everything. Let's get into the spoilery stuff, because I read this book and it gave me lots of unsaid emotions that I would like to express. So if you've read the book, please stay tuned. If you haven't, go read it. So now let's get spoilery. Bathsheba's story left an impression for me, at least for a girl who thinks that she wants nothing, and then when she gets the possibilities she just can't decide what she really wants. She does things without thinking, like sending the greeting card with the roses are red and everything to Boldwood, who gets this obsessive disorder thing. He starts having these obsessive thoughts about Bathsheba, and he totally goes crazy towards the end of the book. And this is a pretty hard storyline in their relationships that I had to deal with, because he is bordering on abusive sometimes, and it was funny how even in his obsession he felt like she didn't want to commit to the relationship in its entirety. She had her moments when she said, "Please don't ask me, please don't beg any further, please I can't take it, please can we just leave everything like it is?" And he still kept pushing, and it was incredible how in his obsession he didn't even care that she wasn't into the relationship, that she was just agreeing because she was cornered. And I thought that this was such a strong point in the book, seeing how you can corner a person and make her say things that she would never want to say because of the fact that she wasn't thoughtful and she didn't think through that stupid card that she wrote like years and years ago. And another relationship that is very strong, I would like to talk about Frank Troy, because Frank, well, I think through a couple of moments in the book I actually sympathized with him, but then he's the kind of character that is really throwing out a very cruel vibe. He's not thinking too much about the consequences of his actions, he says what he wants, he does what he wants. He had never loved Bathsheba, but even though it's pretty much apparent, it was very cruel of him to say that he has this appearance of a suave, macho soldier guy, like a sergeant that sweeps you off your feet. That's basically all he gets to do. He gets to do the sweeping, then he is still some way controlled by Bathsheba, because Bathsheba is in charge of the funds and he can't really control her funds as the husband, so he's still at the mercy of his wife. Bathsheba is so naive that she doesn't really deal with it, and the problem gets resolved by Troy just going away, and that's what I really didn't like about it, because Bathsheba gives this vibe of the strong independent woman, which is totally not how she ends up in the final pages. You can see that the change has almost broken her entirely, and she wasn't able to take charge of the events that were happening around her, and she just let it all flow loose as it may. And the last character that I wanted to discuss with you is Gabriel Oak, of course, and Gabriel is a surprising character, very interesting, because he is loyal from the beginning until the end. It takes a very long time for Bathsheba to recognize what she has in Gabriel, and although she has those moments of clarity when she has to beg him for help, and his support is infinite towards her, she takes an incredibly long time to realize how priceless he is to her. If you have read the book, please let me know which character was your favorite, who you didn't like so much, what did you think of Bathsheba's choices, and also let me know if you like this review, so leave a thumbs up, and if you wanna watch more videos, don't forget to subscribe down below. So thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye!